Imagine an island where turquoise waters meet untouched beaches, where property prices are a fraction of Europe's hotspots, and where you can still enjoy Mediterranean life without the crowds. But here's the twist. Half the world doesn't officially recognize this place, and yet it's quietly becoming one of the most surprising investment destinations for 2025. Welcome to Northern Cyprus. Northern Cyprus sits at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. It's technically part of the island of Cyprus, but politically and practically, it's a whole different story. Controlled by Turkish Cypriots and backed by Turkey since 1974, the northern side remains unrecognized internationally, except by Turkey. So why are more and more investors, retirees, and adventurous travelers looking here? The answer lies in a mix of affordability, opportunity, and mystery. To understand Northern Cyprus today, we need to rewind to 1974. That year, a coup in Cyprus aimed at uniting the island with Greece triggered a military intervention by Turkey. The island was divided almost overnight. Since then, the Republic of Cyprus controls the south, while the north became the self-declared Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, recognized only by Turkey. This political limbo created a unique reality. No direct flights except through Turkey, no international banks, and limited diplomatic presence. But ironically, this isolation kept the north affordable and somewhat untouched compared to the booming south. Walk around Kyrenia, the northern coastal city, and you'll see why expats are flocking here. A charming old harbor with Venetian walls, a castle overlooking the sea, cafes serving Turkish coffee, and restaurants offering fresh seafood at prices you'd struggle to find elsewhere in the Mediterranean. Life here moves slowly. Locals gather in village squares, children play in narrow streets, and expats often describe it as the Mediterranean 30 years ago. Add in 300 days of sunshine a year, and you start to see the appeal. Here's where things get really interesting. Real estate in Northern Cyprus is significantly cheaper than the South or other Mediterranean countries. A modern apartment with sea views can cost less than half of what you'd pay in Spain, Portugal, or even the southern side of Cyprus. Luxury villas near Kyrenia or Famagusta are being snapped up by investors from the UK, Scandinavia, Russia, and recently, the Middle East. University towns like Famagusta also bring consistent rental demand thanks to thousands of international students. But beyond affordability, investors are betting on the what-if factor. What if Northern Cyprus becomes internationally recognized or unifies with the South one day? Property values could skyrocket overnight. That's the gamble fueling interest. Of course, it's not all sunshine and opportunity. There are serious challenges. Recognition. Northern Cyprus isn't part of the EU. That means no direct flights, limited access to global markets, and uncertainty for long-term investors. Legal disputes. Some properties in the north are built on land once owned by Greek Cypriots before 1974. Buyers need to be cautious and work with trusted lawyers. Banking and finance. Without international banks, transactions can be slower and riskier. Future uncertainty. A peace deal could bring stability and growth, or new complications. Nobody really knows. 2025 feels like a turning point. Tourism numbers in the north are rising fast, new infrastructure projects are underway, and more foreigners are applying for residency. At the same time, the south of Cyprus is getting more expensive and crowded, pushing adventurous investors to look north. Add global instability and rising living costs elsewhere, and Northern Cyprus suddenly looks like an attractive hidden gem. So, here's the question. Is Northern Cyprus a hidden paradise or a risky bet? For some, it's the chance of a lifetime, Mediterranean living at a price you can't beat, with the possibility of massive returns if politics change. For others, the uncertainty is too much. What do you think? Would you take the risk for the chance at paradise, or play it safe somewhere more stable? Let us know in the comments. I read every single one.